I don't know what wanted in those final moments. Death, I suppose.
In our game, not only do you play within an open city, but for the very first time, the city becomes your weapon.
I thought I could fix a little girl's death, but instead it led to all of this.
You are Aiden Pierce, a man shaped by violence, obsessed with surveillance.
Exposed lies, corrupted kings, a broken city.
You will experience the power of controlling an entire infrastructure and surveillance system.
And me, changed man. I don't look back anymore. I don't regret. I look forward.
Watch Dogs paved the way. Watch Dogs is the first of its kind. Watch Dogs is a trendsetter for modern gaming. You may be questioning my sanity after hearing that intro, but whether you like it or not, those statements are objectively true, provided you follow them up with Watch Dogs paved the way for disappointing video game releases. Watch Dogs is the first of its kind to overpromise and underdeliver. And Watch Dogs is a trendsetter for misleading its fanbase. False hopes and broken promises are now a staple of the modern gaming industry. An honest game developer today has about as much of a chance of survival as an upstanding healthcare CEO. They're both, frankly, extinct. But this wasn't always the norm back in what I like to call the golden era of gaming. The early 2010s, we were graced with titles like Red Dead Redemption 1, GTA 5, The Witcher 2, Mass Effect 2, and so many more. These were games that at the very least delivered what was promised. Hey everyone, Goldheart here, and in today's video, we'll be tackling some big questions. Why was Watch Dogs such a massive letdown at release? Is it still worth picking up in 2024? And most importantly, does hacking Chicago's traffic lights make you a hero, or just really annoying? Stay tuned as we dive into the world of Watch Dogs. Before we get into the next part of the video where I make the case for why you should play Watch Dogs in 2024, I'd like to take a moment to thank you all for your support of this channel. If you're subscribed, I appreciate you. If not, well, you know where the button is. So Watch Dogs 1 is set in the gritty, character-filled city of Chicago, USA. Known for its architecture, deep dish pizza, and a certain reputation for crime, Chicago might as well be Gotham's real twin, making you Batman's angrier cousin. The city serves as the perfect open-world backdrop for the gameplay mechanics that Watch Dogs has to offer. Mechanics like hacking, driving, stealth, and of course, a variety of side activities which you can stumble upon or actively pursue. First mission, titled Bottom of the Eighth, serves as a very solid introduction to the gameplay mechanics and sets up the game's story. In the intro, Aiden, the main protagonist, intimidates Maurice, an assassin sent to unalive him. Trying to extract information about who hired him, this scene establishes Aiden's persona as a calculated and determined vigilante. After a while though, the game starts to introduce you to the gameplay of Watch Dogs, having you hack and stealth your way out of the stadium after causing a blackout. By using cameras to scout your environment and manipulating objects in the environment to create distractions or opportunities for stealth, the game slowly reels you in on its main mechanic, hacking. Hacking is the core mechanic of Watch Dogs and the heart of what sets the game apart. It gives you a tool more powerful than any shotgun, more subtle than Ezio's hidden blade, as Aiden Pierce, the main character, to wield the ultimate weapon, your phone. It's not just a gadget, it's a gateway to control the entire city. Need a distraction, hack a traffic light to create chaos during your escape. Pursuers on your tail, hack a roadblock to slip past them or overload the steam pipes to cut them off. Want to stop a train in its tracks to make it wait for your arrival? Hack it. In the middle of a chase and feeling daring, hack a bridge and make a dramatic leap over the river. Possibilities are endless, and I'm not about to list everything you can hack because discovering them for yourself is part of the magic. Even long-time players of the game may find new interactions they haven't even noticed before. If there's one thing Watch Dogs has that the GTA series don't, it's hacking. This makes it all the more baffling why Ubisoft didn't double down on this feature and instead leaned into marketing tactics that misrepresented the game. But when you're in the world of Chicago, the hacking speaks for itself. The skill tree menu fleshes out the system even more, with branches for hacking, driving, crafting, and combat. The hacking branch, you can upgrade abilities like stopping or starting trains, or increasing your phone's battery life to perform more hacks before needing to recharge. Side note, I wonder if Aiden is more of an iOS or Android kind of guy. You guys can debate that in the comments below. As you earn XP, you unlock even more abilities, expanding your already impressive toolkit. Hacking is incredibly versatile, whether you're sneaking around, engaging in combat, driving, or making a dramatic getaway. My favorite ability by far is Blackout. With a single press of a button, Aiden shuts down the entire series' power, plunging it into darkness. It's a breathtaking visual treat to see everything go dark and light up again, but it's also practical. Blackout can be a lifesaver during tense moments, whether evading enemies or other players in the online modes, which we'll discuss later on. The cinematic flair of triggering a Blackout just before Aiden is apprehended, his hands raised in surrender, only to escape with the push of a button is unforgettable. Even today, it remains one of my favorite abilities in modern gaming. Driving is another mechanic in Watch Dogs that sometimes gets overlooked. While the driving may not be as smooth or realistic as in the GTA series, let's face it, they literally have auto in their name and are known for impressive driving mechanics. It's still undeniably fun to cruise through the streets of Chicago. One of the standout features is the ability to turn your car off, helping you evade the police by cutting the engine off while Aiden slouches in his seat. Then there's the slowing time ability, perfect for cutting sharp corners or swooshing through traffic with style. But I can't help to wonder what other game had this mechanic. GTA. The open world of Watch Dogs feels like a unique blend of Batman's Gotham and GTA's Los Santos. It offers the same realistic interactive style as Los Santos, but with a gloomy, despairful atmosphere akin to Gotham. Driving through Chicago feels more than just a way to get from point A to point B. It's an immersive experience. The dark clouds hanging overhead, pierced by the occasional ray of sunlight, seem to mirror Aiden's own inner turmoil, making Chicago feel like the perfect reflection of his struggles. While gathering clips for this video, I had one of the most cinematic moments ever. A random car rammed me into the wall and I realized it was another player invading my game. Don't worry, it's just the mechanic of the game. What followed was an adrenaline-fueled Michael Bay-style chase scene. We both used our hacking abilities to try to outwit each other while ramming our cars into one another, with an epic middle track seemingly cute to match the chaos. The chase escalated as he fled on foot, leading us to an unexpected boat chase. Picture us trading blows in the water, explosions going off, boats sinking, and me attempting a long-range shot while he escaped, yelling something that felt like was chaotic, unpredictable, and ridiculously fun. The kind of moment that makes Watch Dogs stand out. Lastly, Watch Dogs offers a moderately diverse vehicle catalog, including sports cars, muscle cars, motorcycles, trucks, SUVs, vans, emergency vehicles, and even boats, for all your aquatic needs. Your phone in Watch Dogs 1 is to a gamer what a loyal dog is to its owner, a reliable companion, always ready to lend a paw, or in this case a hack, in times of need. It's clear that Watch Dogs encourages a stealth-first approach to encounters. The game integrates hacking seamlessly into your sneaky strategies, offering an arsenal of objects to distract, disable, or outright eliminate enemies. All without ever being seen. And when subtlety isn't enough, Aiden's trusty baton is always ready to dish out swift justice or vengeance with a satisfying thwack. Unlike games like GTA 5, Watch Dogs truly makes you feel like you have the upper hand in combat situations. It's entirely possible to finish a mission without firing a single shot, a rarity in most games. But if stealth isn't your thing, whether due to a personal preference or because your approach is as subtle as frying pans clanging against a metal pole, head-on combat becomes your plan B. In fact, Watch Dogs anticipates your inevitable slip-ups and offers tools to make your transition from stealth to combat feel seamless. For instance, you can hack barriers for cover, disrupt enemy communications, or even turn their phones into a literal ticking time bomb, leading to some funny moments such as when an enemy panics and throws their phone to an unsuspecting ally faster than you can say hot potato. Combat also leverages the environment to give you an edge, exploding transformers, disabling police vehicles in narrow alleys, or creating chaos with a well-timed hack that all adds layers of strategy that other games often lack. Of course, Watch Dogs doesn't skip on firepower for those moments when subtlety goes out the window. From shotguns to AKs and even silenced pistols for those who still want a touch of stealth, the game has you covered. If you're feeling particularly criminal, you can even throw in a gun shop owner to get what you need. When things go south, like being cornered in a garage surrounded by officers on every side, you can count on your lethal gadgets to turn the tide. Whether it's proximity mines, grenade launchers, or another clever hack, Watch Dogs ensures that you're never truly out of options. As for me, I'll always be a stealth gamer at heart. One of the strengths of Watch Dogs 1 is how alive the world feels thanks to its range of side activities. While Chicago may not have the sprawling diversity of Los Santos, it compensates with activities that, while seem repetitive, fit thematically into its tech-centric, crime-driven setting. You can take a break from the main story to explore digital trips, mini-games that feel like a glitch in the Matrix. My personal favorite is Spider Tank. Yes, you heard that right. You can control a giant mechanical spider climbing buildings and causing mayhem like a hacker's fever dream. These trips feel so outlandish that they almost exist in their own universe. For a more grounded experience, there is poker, chess puzzles, and shell games scattered across Chicago. Whether you're outsmarting opponents in chess or guessing where the shell hides in the ball, these activities help to bring a sense of realism to the city. If you're looking for something more action-packed, criminal convoys and gang hideouts offer extra missions to flex your combat and hacking skills. Criminal convoys let you ambush targets as they move through the city, often resulting in a chaotic shootout or creative hacking setups. Gang hideouts, on the other hand, encourage you to use stealth and strategy to neutralize enemies or eliminate specific targets. Let's not forget about the privacy invasions. These are small, voyeuristic moments where you hack into a random civilians' personal lives through their cameras. Some are humorous, others are deeply unsettling.
Okay, my cheekbones are a little low. Smallish hands. Oh, can't see breasts in that sweatshirt. 2 on 10 would not bang.
But they serve to remind you of just how invasive and powerful Aiden's hacking abilities are. The online component of Watch Dogs adds another layer of excitement and unpredictability to the game. Players can seamlessly invade each other's world in a variety of multiplayer modes, with the standout being online invasions. In this mode, another player can enter your game undetected, attempting to hack your data while blending into the crowd. It's up to you to find and stop them before they finish their hack, creating tense and thrilling moments as you scan your surroundings for any suspicious behavior. Another fan favorite is the online decryption contract. Players compete to retrieve a physical encryption key and hold on to it as long as possible, using hacking and evasion skills to outsmart opponents. This mode led to countless hilarious moments with my friends, filled with unexpected twists that simply can't be replicated. And then there's the online free roam, supporting up to 8 players, which is perfect for causing chaos or just having fun exploring Chicago together while you two talk and catch up. For the completionists out there are also QR codes to scan, burner photos to collect, and CTOS towers to hack, which unlocks more of the map and provides lore-rich tidbits about Chicago's digital underworld. Now that we've covered the core mechanics of Watch Dogs, let's dive into what ultimately sparked the controversy surrounding the game at launch, the game's graphics, and the much-discussed downgrade. Same way you can't talk about Skyrim without adding to the knee jokes or Cyberpunk without the bugs, you absolutely cannot talk about Watch Dogs without bringing up the infamous E3 2012 trailer. So back in 2012, Ubisoft released an E3 alleged gameplay trailer of Watch Dogs 1 that blew everyone's egg noggins faster than you can say Christmas Eve. The one moving through the trees and leaves in the golden hour of Chicago, the main character strolling down the sidewalk, the smoke flowing smoothly on the TV screens in the club, and the scene where they hack the traffic lights causing a collision, it all looked realistic. The trailer dropped jaws and lifted hopes from the graphics alone. People didn't even care about the gameplay at that point, they just wanted to relive these iconic moments in the trailer, especially those rain-soaked nighttime scenes that could still hold up in 2024. Now just imagine the shock on people's faces when they begged their parents for the game, bought it, popped the disc in, and saw this. A bland, colorless, mediocre city with nothing to offer, at least comparable to the trailer, which now that I think about it, makes a little more sense for Chicago. Side by side, comparing these two scenes make you think it's from two different generations entirely. Ubisoft completely bamboozled players into thinking they were getting a next-gen experience, only to quickly pull the rug from under them once the money hit their bank accounts. It was later revealed to be a pre-rendered demo trailer made to look like gameplay in order to trick consumers into buying the game. Players were left with trust issues and skepticism towards future E3 reveals and gameplay trailers. Although the self-proclaimed GTA killer didn't live up to the expectations, it still sold relatively well, earning an average score of 80 out of 100 from critics, largely driven by the massive hype and anticipation. It came one of Ubisoft's best-selling games of the year. Overall, while Watch Dogs 1 was a commercial success, it left many players disappointed due to the disparity between the hype and the final product, especially in terms of graphics and gameplay depth, which was the start of Ubisoft's downfall in future games. The graphics of the game don't look bad per se, they look good for a game released at the time, especially nighttime, which the game does feature a day and night cycle. They just weren't on par to what was promised. It was like paying for a Lambo and receiving a Honda. Not bad, but not what was promised. The discrepancy between expectations and reality was a major issue for players. They felt deceived, bamboozled even.
You got bamboozled, look at you.
Thank you, Mirage. And Ubisoft got away with it, leading to more developers misleading consumers in the years that followed. Notable examples of this are No Man's Sky and Cyberpunk 2077, though to their credit, both games were fixed years later to more closely resemble to what was originally promised. As for Ubisoft's response to the controversy, the company clarified that the E3 demo was running on a high-end PC, much more powerful than the consoles the game would be later released on. Jonathan Morin, the creative director, stated that the demo was meant to showcase the potential of the game. He acknowledged the discrepancy but emphasized that the focus of the game was on delivering an engaging gameplay experience, not just the visuals. However, despite these clarifications, many felt the downgrade was more than just a technical limitation. It sparked important discussion about the ethics of marketing, as players were left questioning the industry's practices of showing unrealistic demos. Ubisoft did release patches after launch improving visual and performance, but they could never fully recreate the quality of the original demo. The Watch Dogs graphics downgrade became a crucial moment in gaming culture, shining a light on the challenges and ethical concerns of game marketing. It also led to a more cautious and critical approach from fans towards pre-release footage, the growing demand for transparency in the industry's promotional materials. Okay, so I'll try to keep this part of the video as spoiler-free as possible, but just in case, spoiler warning. The story of Watch Dogs evolves around Aiden Pierce, a childless, wifeless man in desperate need of a date and redemption. The theme of Watch Dogs centers on desperate revenge Aiden seeks in hopes of righting the wrongs of his past, or so he believes. But as his relentless pursuit unfolds, his actions blur the line between justice and recklessness. His quest endangers not only himself, but also the very people he's trying to protect. Is his mission worth the cost? Well, that's a question only you can answer by the time the credits roll. At the heart of the game lies the Central Operating System, or CTOS for short, a citywide surveillance network that controls Chicago's infrastructure. Premise delves into the age-old trade-off, law and order at the expense of privacy. For Aiden, a fiercely private individual, CTOS represents everything he despises. It's a system so invasive that when you try to photograph him, he appears as a nameless blur, his identity erased from the digital world. In hindsight, Watch Dogs eerily predicted the challenges of today's tech-driven society. The game explored how technology, much like the CTOS, can encroach on our freedom under the guise of convenience and safety. Privacy becomes an abstract concept. How much of it do we really need? How much of it do we truly have? For Aiden, the answer is absolute. He wants it all. His fight against CTOS isn't just personal, it's a battle against the systems and corporations that manipulate data to control lives. As the story progresses, Aiden forms bonds with others like Clara and T-Bone, while grappling with loyalty to his family, his sister and nephew, and those who help him along the way. These relationships add depth to his journey and highlight his struggle to reconcile his quest for vengeance with the responsibilities of those connections. Aiden's choices throughout the game impact both the story and how the city perceives him, opting for honorable actions like neutralizing enemies without killing them by shooting them in the kneecaps, although I don't know how the f that's better. Or intervening in crimes to save civilians can earn him a reputation as a hero. The media even reports on his deeds, sometimes leading to unique encounters such as a gun store clerk recognizing him on the news and calling the cops. On the flip side, reckless actions, like harming civilians or killing cops, turn him into a cold-blooded criminal in the eyes of the public. The game's moral dilemmas are central to the narrative, shaping Aiden's path and the world around him. These choices culminate in a finale with lasting consequences for the city, Aiden's future, and those who joined him on his journey. The ending leaves some questions unanswered, paving the way for speculation about Aiden's fate and setting the stage for a sequel. Maybe one day I'll make a video on Watch Dogs 2 in the near future. So during this video, I've mentioned and compared Watch Dogs to GTA a couple of times. The GTA series, GTA Los Santos, GTA 5, GTA Killer, maybe more than a couple. But I believe that's fair. After all, Watch Dogs hyped itself up to be the so-called GTA Killer. But does it live up to that title? Let's break it down. Both games share some key similarities, like the ability to slow down time during specific actions. Aiden's precision aiming feels reminiscent of Michael's in GTA 5, while his focused driving mechanic mirrors Franklin's ability to slow time behind the wheel. However, the two games differ significantly in tone and approach. GTA leans into the satire and humor, presenting a chaotic and exaggerated take on crime and culture, whereas Watch Dogs dives into the darker narrative, exploring themes like surveillance, privacy, and personal redemption. The protagonists also set the games apart. In GTA 5, Franklin, Michael, and Trevor are unapologetically criminals, thieves, conmen, and killers, no matter how you play the game. Aiden, on the other hand, offers moral flexibility. Depending on how you play, he can be a vigilante hero working to protect the innocent, or a ruthless criminal shaping how the city perceives them. These differences extend to the gameplay too. GTA is a chaotic sandbox where the fun often comes from simply turning your brain off and wreaking havoc, while Watch Dogs puts you in control of the sandbox itself. With hacking at the core of its gameplay, you can manipulate traffic lights, cameras, and city systems to complete objectives, offering a way more varied and tactical experience. Ultimately, both games excel in their own way and cater to different moods. While Grand Theft Auto delivers over-the-top action and humor, Watch Dogs offer a more methodical, tech-driven approach to urban crime. Don't get me wrong, I love GTA for its chaos, but I also appreciate the more deliberate, hacker-focused world of Watch Dogs, even if it doesn't quite reach the same heights in some areas. As a kid, I played this game more times than I can remember. I was good at English, but I wasn't good at paying attention to stories. It was just mindless fun, so I played the game over and over and over again until my dad eventually hid my Xbox in a closet. So this game holds a special place in my heart. But in conclusion, Watch Dogs stands out as a game that, while initially overhyped and criticized for falling short of its ambitious promises, remains a unique and enjoyable experience in 2024. The core mechanics, hacking, driving, stealth, and combat, are inventive and offer players numerous ways to approach each mission, providing both flexibility and strategic depth. The city of Chicago, with its gritty atmosphere, acts as a fitting backdrop for Aiden Pierce's journey, immersing players in a world where technology and control intertwine. Though the game's initial backlash is understandable, it has since become a cult classic, largely due to its innovative use of hacking mechanic and its ability to surprise and entertain players in new ways even years after its release. While Watch Dogs may not have lived up to its original hype, its lasting appeal lies in its experimental gameplay, memorable moments, and ability to offer a fresh take on open-world action games. For those willing to look past its flaws, Watch Dogs remains a worthwhile experience in 2024, offering a glimpse into the potential of what a truly interactive and dynamic open world could be. I hope you guys enjoyed. Please stay safe, take care, and most importantly, have fun.